story is, my mama calls me. We're having a conversation. All of a sudden, she goes, yeah, I'm going to need the numbers of the back of your social security card. Not mine. Now, not to tell y'all my mama's business, but in my mama's business, me and my social security card ain't got no business being there.
Look, okay, it says on the caption of this video, I sent my mom to jail for committing fraud in my name. And I'm a little nervous to hear the rest of this story.
We ain't got no business relationship. So you know what I did? Skated right past it like I didn't even hear it. We have some more conversation. Conversation ends. Year passes. I'm looking for an apartment. I get approved for a duplex. Yay me. Right after I get approved for the duplex, my score drops 34 points. I go to Credit Karma immediately to see what's going on. There's a collection that's rearing its ugly head on my report. I look at the collection. I don't know this collection. Excuse you, who are you? You and I don't have any association with each other.
And we already know who did it.
Give you some information. I'm moving from Wisconsin to Illinois. You'll understand that in a second. It's the weekend. I'll deal with you on Monday. I put the utilities in my name through online. Monday walks around. Ring, ring, ring. Hello? Hi, is this Lay Rose? Yes, this is Lay Rose. Hi, Lay Rose. This is Carmen, and I'm just calling to tell you that you have a past due balance of $2,061, and you're going to need to pay that before we could put some utilities in your name. Savannah, slow down. Savannah, slow down. 1, I haven't been here since a minor. And since you can't put bills in a minor's name, I know you have the wrong person. 2, 2,000 whom? The only thing that's $2,000 that I owe are medical bills, and they'll come get that from me in blood. Listen, I don't know what you're talking about, but I tell you, I just moved from Wisconsin. There's no way that I have any utilities bills in my name.
Right.
Phone, the voice switches up on the phone. They said, oh, honey, this might be fraud. You done been scammed. Oh, I done been scammed.
I feel this pain so much. It happened to me when I was like 19. Bank of America, I'll never forgive you for how you did me. And they didn't give me my money back either because this happened on a debit card. This is why I don't deal with that stuff no more. But anyway, I want to know how many of y'all have experienced identity theft. These low down, dirty dogs. It could be a scammer on the internet. It could be somebody you work with. It could be your family. It could be anybody. But what do you do when your parent, the one who's supposed to be looking out for your well-being, right, puts you in a bad financial situation, messing up your credit report, your credit history, not paying back these things on time, and also taking your social security, which is identity that is only supposed to be for you, for their own financial needs? And I know a lot of parents got bad credit, and a lot of y'all are going to be like, well, you don't never know what that parent had to go through to raise the child and blah, blah, blah. That's not your child's fault. Don't mess it up for your child because you got bad credit. Because you didn't pay your stuff back on time. I understand life gets hard for people, but why mess it up for the next generation? Don't y'all think that's kind of selfish? Because if it was me, I had to be like, mama, P.O.P., hold it down. You might go to jail. You either need to pay me back, pay this charge, or be prepared to defend yourself in court against me. Because what else am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to take the hit as a child?
She said, oh, girl, you want me to file a report? File it right now. She said, okay. There's only limited information I could give you because there's only limited information on the account. I could give you the account number, the email address, the phone number, and the address. And I said, pen and paper ready, girl. Give it to me right now. Because as soon as I get the address, I'll be at your door to collect your coins. How dare you scam me? Me? I've been taken for a fool. I sure did. I sure was. I said, okay, girl, give it to me. Right.
With no case.
Give me the number. The number looking a little familiar. I'm like, I don't really know this, but somehow it seems familiar in a way. Okay. I said, give me the address. She gave me the address. Chicago, Illinois. Thinking. The only person that I know that lives in Chicago, Illinois is my mammy. Give me the email address. I said, oh, this can't be. She didn't. She didn't. She didn't. I messaged my mama. I said, Ma, what's your address? She gave me the address. The address matches the address on that account. She did. She did.
She did it.
I hit my mom back. I said, now, why would you put a utility bill in my name and say nothing? All the times that we talked, you said nothing about the utility bill in my name. Wasn't even thinking of the conversation that we had a year ago. Tell y'all, didn't cross my mind one bit. That lady said, oh, yeah. Like she had forgot. Send me the numbers off the back of your social security card. Now, in that moment, I'm very upset. I'm very pissed off. First of all, you didn't say anything to me. Second of all, you didn't even ask me, was that okay? Third of all, mind you, I am the second oldest of 6 children. 4 of us are grown. And out of the 4 adults, you picked me. Winner, chicken dinner. I hit my mama back. I said, Send me the money and I'll pay it. This could be over. She said, yeah, no.
Prepare to go to jail. What do y'all want? I don't want to hear it. I want to hear, oh, take the high road, pay it off. That's your mom. No. So you don't got to be held accountable for committing fraud against me if you're my family. Oh, let me guess. If it's a stranger, press charges, right? Because it's not blood. Blood thicker than water. Let me tell you something. Sometimes your family would do you more dirty than somebody on the street. And I would have been petty too. I would have been on the phone like, so you a criminal now. Oh, okay. So you do illegal activity. In my name, you're a thief.
No. Oh.
Jail.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I said nothing else. I said nothing else to my mom. Ding, ding, ding. Yes, ma'am. Do you want to continue the report? Yes, I do.
Yep.
Yes, I do. I'm going to continue the report. I'm not paying $2,000.
Here's the few options you got in this situation. And I'm being totally honest, because I know a lot of y'all are about to be like, Symone, you're so heartless. Okay, just hear me out. You either pay the $2,000. Who knows if she got the $2,000 to pay? You don't pay the $2,000 and you let everybody think that, hey, you ran up bills and you don't pay your stuff back on time. So it stays on your credit report, messing with your credit score. So you could do that too. Or you could ask your mom to send you the money and she could just be like, no, which she did in this case. You could ask your mom and she could say, yes, you pay it off and you act like, hey, you didn't commit fraud in my name and we don't got to tell the law about this, or take you to court. Because then they'll see that I was a minor and they're going to take this off because they're not going to hold me liable for something that I didn't do when I was under 18 because you stole my identity as my parent. Those are the options. Now, if y'all know some more options, let me know down in the comments. But if you think as a parent who already was doing some shisty, sneaky stuff that, oh, your child should just figure it out, deal with it because you're the parent, it's kind of messed up, don't you think? Says a lot about the character of the parent. I don't know. She might be a nice lady, might know how to cook some nice meals, might have raised all her children to be upstanding citizens in society. Don't care. That was identity theft. That was wrong. Somebody got to pay. That's it.
I'm going to continue the report. I'm not paying $2,000 for a bill that's not mine. We continue the report. She said, you're going to need proof that you didn't live here and you're going to need a police report. So you know what I did? I called the police and I made the report. It's fraud.
Yeah.
We go through the process. Process took months. She got arrested.
Ooh.
She wasn't in there long. She wasn't in there long. She was in there for a day. And I didn't talk to my mom for an entire year.
Imagine going to jail as the parent and somebody asks you, what you in here for? And you say, identity theft against my child, against my daughter? What? And I hate to be the one to even say something like this. But if she is one of 6 children and she was randomly selected as the winner to be used for the credit card fraud or the bill fraud, what about the other siblings? Like, think about it. There's 6 of them. And you want to know what's interesting about this whole thing? One day I was talking to my mom about something very similar, about how parents, because they raised you as a child, know which one of you out of all of your siblings they can play with. Just think about it. If you have siblings, you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially if you're older in age now and you're not like a teenager and you're a fully grown adult. Just think about it. Think about your parents. They know which one of y'all out of all of your siblings they can ask for money. They know which one of y'all they can stay with if something get rough. They know which one of y'all in their head is going to take care of them for retirement. They have it already mapped out. They might not even say these things out loud, but they have an idea. And unfortunately, some people have parents that might have ill intent from time to time, maybe not intentionally to harm their child, but maybe. At the time, life might be lifing, and they might say, hey, well, I got 6 of y'all. Which one of y'all am I going to choose to commit fraud against? The mom picked this one for a reason. I'm not saying that it was right. I'm not saying that, but and clearly she got it wrong because this one right here is pressing charges. This one right here wasn't going to let it fly. I don't know why specifically her mom chose her out of all of her 6 siblings to commit fraud against, but just think about it. They've been peeping you since you were a child. They peep your mannerisms. They see how you react to situations. And I'm just going to say this. I'm not going to give too much about my family, but my mom knows I'm not the 1, the 2, or the 3. If you ever try, anybody in my family ever tried me on something like this, because I've been the same way since I was a child, I would be shocked that they even thought that that was a good idea. I would be like, you shouldn't, I was the wrong candidate. And I say this as kind of like the outcast black sheep of the family. You know, the one that everybody's like, oh, you always got something to say about everything. Yeah, that's me. That's me in the family. The one that's not afraid to speak about stuff. So if something like this were to happen to me, somebody gonna feel me. Somebody gonna have to feel me in courts. In courts. I don't care. Because people shouldn't have to deal with stuff like this just because they're your child, just because they're your daughter, just because they're your son. You already fighting fraud with the rest of the world on the cyber internet. People scamming you left and right. You got to worry about your mom and your dad being a scammer? You supposed to be protecting them. Nah. You don't get a pass.
How dare you scam me?
And I need to see some of these comments. Somebody here is saying more people need to do this. I'm so sick of that's my mom, though. And I agree. And your mom is a criminal and a thief and a scammer. And if you want to be all of those things as my parent, you gonna get the same treatment as everybody else that scams. You're going to jail. Don't look at me for, I'm your parent. No. But the kid is somehow the bad guy for asking for the situation to be rectified. No. You're not above the law. Who do you think you are? Someone here says, girl, you didn't send her to jail. Her actions and lack of accountability did. And I agree. The woman on the screen is the victim. I don't care what y'all say. And sometimes your parent is the perp. Sometimes they're the perpetrator. Somebody here said, did the same. She served 3 years. Do y'all know how many people's parents put bills in their name? And I'm just going to say it. Specifically in my community, growing up, we seen and heard these stories a lot. I heard stories like this from friends. This is not an anomaly. These sort of things happen, but the thing is, you're told to be quiet about it because y'all are family. So it's your time to shine. Put it in the comments.
Okay, so y'all want the aftermath. I'm gonna give y'all the aftermath. After finding out about the utility bill, I didn't talk to my mama for 1.5 years. A couple months later, after finding that out, I got sent another bill for another utility that I could not get in my name because it was already won.
Guess who it's from? Guess the address. Guess how much? It's for $1,500.
So she did it twice. Can you imagine going to a family reunion to see your mom who's there or something like that, and she's ducking you because she committed fraud in your name and put some bills in your name twice? Like,
wow.
I was already done. Social media, blocked. Phone number, changed. Don't want to see you, don't want to hear you. It's over for me. To the point, 1.5 years passes, my mom calls me. Not my mom, she didn't call me. She had to search for me on them people's internet. Yeah, she had to go look for me on them people's internet and find my email. Hit me in the email. Ain't gonna say some, call me now, all caps too. It's your mother. Mom. Ah! Mom! Oh! So you do know I'm your child. Oh. Could have fooled me. I thought that you were some stranger that stole my identity. Lay Rose, was it?
Look, no, she know you very well, ma'am. Whenever it's time to get them utilities in her name, you her favorite child. That's what it's looking like. She did it to you twice? Or do they do that to the least favorite child? I don't know.
I hit it back in the email. I said, what is this about? Now, information. I don't disrespect my mom at all. I respect my mom.
Right.
I have a level of respect for my mom. My mom has a level of respect for me. Yeah. But you won't ever catch me disrespecting my parent, period. I need to give y'all that information because y'all be trying to clock Tay. So, I text my mom back. After I text my mom back, I don't get no reply. She wants me to call. I already know it. I call my mom. Get on the phone. No apologies, nothing. We talk. We get to the point where she said, oh yeah, I got stopped for a traffic ticket. I had to go to jail because there was a warrant out for my arrest. And I was so confused about the warrant out for my arrest. And then when I went to the judge, he told me that I had a warrant out for my arrest for fraud. And they told me that you put the report out on me. You right, I sure did. That was my reply. You right, I sure did. Oh yeah, I did. Flatbirds worth gas. Gas is worth flabbers.
What did she think was supposed to happen? So you thought that you were going to commit fraud, not pay up when you had the opportunity to rectify the actions, by the way, and that you were just going to skate scot-free. And I know what it is likely because I think a lot of parents are like, I'm the mom, like I can just do whatever. No, you can't. Fraud is criminal. You are breaking the laws of the land, ma'am. Against your child, mind you. Maybe you didn't have it all to give to your child when they entered the real world. That's perfectly fine. I understand life happens. But it's a whole nother conversation when you set them up to fail and you're the parent. All right.
That was my reply. You right, I sure did. Oh, yeah, I did. You put a report out on me. Yeah. You put a utility bill in my name.
Yeah.
I guess we're even, Steven. I said when I said it, I meant when I said when I said it. Yeah, I did.
She was like, yeah, I went to jail for a day and they let me out.
Don't know who let her out. Don't know who bonded her out or whatever the case may be. And I was actually really waiting for the prosecution. That's how I found out she went to jail. I was waiting for the prosecution to text me because you would have been in jail for years. Messing around with me. Not no day. But nobody ever called. So she spent the day in there. Come to find out, this lady sat here and told my siblings that I had her sent to jail. My siblings then go and reply, oh, she's not our sister no more because I don't understand how you could send your mama to jail, yap the yap, whoop the whoop.
How am I the enemy here? I'm the victim, right? Like, or isn't she? No. Y'all ain't finna gaslight me. No. And this is the type of antics you got to deal with when you have family. They'll all band up against you like, no, you're the one that's wrong for sending mom to jail. Didn't she scam me like those people who call and say, hey, all you got to do is send some money to this account and blah, 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 and we're going to wire it and you get all this money and blah, blah. Didn't she scam me like the people who call your phone and say, hey, I'm working with the police department and we're doing a fundraiser? Bunch of lies. She's no different than them. They're all scammers. All that this really shows, in my opinion, is that family sometimes wants you to accept the things that happens to you because it's done by your own family. And they're like, how dare you speak up and say anything? Even when you have the legal right to say something and do something about it because your mom is breaking the laws of the land. And honestly, that's messed up. They really should have questioned their mom. Like, why did you take her social and put these bills in her name? Why didn't you offer to pay it back when she said, hey, just give me the money and I'll pay it back? You didn't want to rectify the situation at all. Left her out to dry, didn't care how that was going to turn out for her. If it happened the way she said, that's messed up. You don't just get a pass because you're the mom, because you're the dad, because you're the grandma. You don't get a pass.
Let me tell you my mama's reply. This was my mama's reply to what they were saying. She said, you know, I'm not mad at her. And y'all shouldn't be mad at her either because, you know, I hadn't been there for her in her life when she was younger. And her doing this was just completely out of anger.
I'd have been like, no, I did it because it was you or me. Like, hello? Somebody had to pay this $2,000. What are you why y'all making it complicated? And it didn't sound like she had the $2,000. And even if she did have the $2,000, you can't point out that I held you accountable for something that you did. No, this is your fault. Now it's, oh, well, don't be too hard on her. So you're just gonna leave out the part that you scammed your daughter. Just leave that all the way out. I don't like when people do stuff like that.
And her doing this was just completely out of anger. And, you know, it's just that childhood trauma that she just needs to let go of.
Ma'am, she might let go of you if this how you replying. Like, I'm be honest. People be cutting their parents off left and right. And I know a lot of y'all will be like, honor thy parents. Some people decide to honor their parents from a distance because, as she said earlier, she has respect for her parents. And just because you are holding your parents accountable for breaking the law and committing crimes against you doesn't mean that you don't honor them. Because I can just hear the parents right now in the comments. Oh, that's not honoring thy parents if you sued me or you took me to court or you pressed charges against me or tried to get me arrested because I did something to you that I shouldn't have did. This whole situation is sad because you only get one mom and one dad. Rightfully so. And you want to have a good relationship generally with the people who brought you into the earth, right? But it's just hard when you see stuff like this and then no remorse, no apology, no nothing. And I hope they're able to fix it. But man.
No, you didn't tell my siblings that I sent you to jail for childhood trauma. At 18 years old, I decided that I was going to accept my mama for exactly who she is. Okay, that was at 18. At 21, me, my older sister, and my mama were on the phone and we were having conversations about our childhood. And I explained everything to my mama in that conversation. My mama came to me and said, I apologize to you. I accepted my mama's apology. That was when I was 21. This happened when I was 24, 25. You dirty liar. Why you went and lied to them kids like that? And then everybody's like, oh, I can't believe it. She would be so mean and rude to you. Did you go to jail because of childhood trauma and my imaginative deep hatred for you? Or did you go to jail because you committed fraud in my name? But you got these kids thinking, I call them kids because it is what it is. But you got my siblings thinking that I did this out of some spite for you. So now me and my siblings don't talk. They're on my mama's side. Me and my mama had a conversation. After that conversation was done, we stopped talking because that was just absolutely crazy for me. And I still don't talk to my mom. I did talk to my mom for a period of time.
Wow.
But now I'm back not talking to my mom. So
the whole story is messy. Not only is there a strained relationship with the mother and the daughter, but the daughter don't have a relationship with her other 5 siblings. Like, horrible. Essentially over something that allegedly, according to her, her mother did. And I wonder, did she press charges again for the second fraud that she committed against her daughter? Because you a 2-time offender, ma'am. What is you going for 10? Like, what numbers you trying to hit? Because 2 for 2 is wild on your daughter. And at this point, the whole family need to go ahead and get their credit report because I we don't know what's on there. She's saying she got hit twice. Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, all 3 of them. Because if it happened to her, why would you think you're safe? I would say this for anybody that's been around somebody who's committed fraud against their family, against their children, against their mom, against anybody in their life, in their close vicinity. You need to run your credit report. They might have got you too. People who will do that to people that are close to them will do it to anybody. So y'all be careful out there, but I need to know what y'all think about this one. If it was your mom, would you have put her under the jail? Or would you just have said, it's my mom, it's cool, I'm gonna let it go? There is no need for me to file a police report to get these fraud charges lifted off my credit report. Would you have paid the $2,000? And again, she had another $1,500. She got hit twice. And don't forget to let me know, have you ever experienced something like this, or do you know somebody who has? And tell me what you thought about this story. But we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better future.